Good afternoon. This is John Brought with DYB Sports, and I'll be taking over for Matt Bassford. We're going to have Brooksville and West Volusia for your fourth game of the day. West Volusia played Mariana earlier today. They were defeated by Mariana 11-2. Brooksville played Bartow in a nail biter and lost in extra innings 4-3. So this will be Brooksville will be batting first. We'll have Trevor Scrivens batting for Brooksville. He looks at the first one. And he hits it back to the pitcher. Pitcher throws over first. And he's safe. Brooksville have a runner on first to start the game. And now to bring up the second batter for Brooksville is Dallas Dunn. He'll be doing the catching for Brooksville as he looks over at third base coach. Gets a sign. And now he's ready. Dallas Dunn's getting now the signs from the pitching machine, and he hits it back to second base. Second baseman fires, and he's out. Runner down at third. He retreats. Ball gets past the catcher, and he scores. That's Trevor Scrivens. Scores the first run of the game for Brooksville. Brooksville will be leading 1-0 over West Volusia. We got one out for Brooksville here in the top of the first. Bringing you the state tournament from Veterans Park in Bristol, Florida. This is the state tournament for the Dixie AA Pitching Machine Tournament. And that is Lucas Chapman hit a fly ball to right field, and he'll be on his horse to second. Now he's rounding second. He's going to third, and he'll be standing up on third base. And that'll go down as a triple for Lucas Chafin, as the right fielder out there for West Volusia just couldn't haul it in. The shout-out number is I have taken over for my fellow broadcaster, and now is 850-643-6237. It's 850-643-6237. Send in those shout-outs, and we'll get them on the air. And now we have Hayden Bowes, first baseman for Brooksville. He looks at the first one. Bowes gets he's looking down at his third base coach down there. Coaches for Brooksville is Gabriel Bowes, Hayden's daddy, Brian Dunn, Michael Hill, and Richard Bennett. And Bowes is ready now. And he hits it out to left field. It's going to fall right in front of the left fielder out there. And that'll score Lucas Chafin. And Brooksville have a 2-0 lead here. As we'll try to keep this on your Gamecast on DYB Sports too. So Brooksville will have a runner on first with one out, and now we got Nahum Stevens batting for Brooksville. He'll be your fourth outfielder for Brooksville. He's getting some advice from the coach that's handling the pitching machine. He hits it over to third, and third baseman couldn't handle it, and he'll just have to eat that one. So Brooksville will have runners on first and second. And that'll bring up Tanner Bishop, the third baseman for Brooksville. And the coach is ready, and he fires one in the pitching machine. Bishop just looks at it. And Bishop hits that one. It's going to go out to the center fielder and goes under the center fielder's glove, and runners are rounding third and second. Oh, he trips, but they're still coming home. And that's going to score 2 for Brooksville. And that'll take your score to 4-0 for Brooksville. They still have a runner on third with 1 out, and that'll bring up Grant Jordan. He'll be the left fielder. And Jordan just looked at the first one. Coach is ready, and he fires again. It's going to be a foul ball. As if you're not familiar with the rules of pitch machine, you get 3 strikes, or you can 5 pitches, whichever one may come first. 3 strikes or 5 pitches. And Jordan fouls that one into the where the spectators are, but it's a heat index of approximately 108 today, so the spectators are covered with tents. No real danger of anybody getting hit with a ball because it's going to hit the tent. And Jordan looked at another pitch, but that's all right. He can do that because he gets his 5 pitches. And the coach is ready. Jordan, he's going to hit that one between the shortstop and third baseman, and it's going to go underneath the shortstop's glove. And Jordan's going to stop at first, and it's going to score to the runner at third. And that's going to take your score to Brooksville 5 is leading here in the top of the first. But remember, West Volusia hadn't got a hit yet, so they'll get their crack at it. And that'll bring up Drew Arflack. I think that's how you're supposed to say that name. And he's going to lay down a bunt. They're going to fire over to first, and umpire says, yes, he did get him. And while he done that, the runner went from first to third on that bunt. So that's a pretty good sacrifice bunt right there. So we'll put him down for a sack bunt while the runner went from first to third. So excellent job by Arflack, who he'll be playing a pitch position today. He's just going to be kind of fielding that position while we know that the machine's doing all the work out there. It puts it in the same spot pretty much every time. That'll bring up Carson Ansell. Got him down as the extra hitter for today's game between Brooksville and West Volusia. And he'll hit it to the third baseman. Third baseman fields it. We got it out. But it does score another run for Brooksville. So I take that back. Well, it does score the run, but in the pitching machine, the most runs you can score in one inning is 7. So they'll trade sides. And and I'll give you one of our reads. You want a download of any game in this week's tournament, they are I apologize for that. Be sure to follow Jock Jive on Twitter and Facebook. On Twitter, we're at Jock Jive, and on Facebook, simply put Jock Jive Sports in the search engine. We give you scores, schedules, game highlights, event updates, and more. Twitter and Facebook, a great way to keep up with Jock Jive Sports. Want to download of any game in this week's tournament, they are only $5 each. Just email info@jockjive.com. Tell us what games you want. We'll send an electronic invoice that allows you to pay by debit or credit card, and the games will be on their way to you. That's info@jockjive.com. For a keepsake you'll want to have for a lifetime. And it looks like Brooksville is on the field, and they're taking the warm-ups. And West Volusia will have Dawson Martinez up to bat first. Dawson Martinez. If I get any of these names wrong, feel free to text me. And I see the text coming in. I apologize, I had my phone on vibrate, but I see them, and we'll get to them right in a minute. That was Dawson Martinez. He grounded out to first. Next, we'll have Angel Placencia, I think is how you say that. He's going to be the second batter of the game. He's going to be an outfielder for today's game. And again, that's Brooksville is leading 1-0. 7-0. We're in the bottom of the first. Placencia whiffs at it. We'll try to get some of these shout-outs here in just a second, as soon as Placencia finishes his at-bat here. We got R-Flat is doing the pitching position for Brooksville. And Placencia whiffs at another one. And that'll do it for him. Says, good luck, Caden. Love, Mom. Great outs on first base. Caden, Mom knew you had it. Let's go, West Volusia. You got this from the Hospins. And that'll bring up Trevor Calabro. He's playing outfielder today for West Volusia. And again, that's Brooksville is leading 7-0. This is the bottom of the first inning. Got 2 outs. We'll try to get some more of these in here. West Volusia made the last out at first by Octavio. Let's go, West Volusia. Show us your defense. You have this. Cheryl from West Volusia. Let's go, West Volusia from the DeCosco family. That's a sharp hit ground ball right there. Gets on the shortstop's glove. And that was Trevor Calabro, and he'll reach first on a hard hit ground ball. Got all the way out to the outfield. And that's what we call a left center field position. And he got it back in quick. And that'll bring up Josh Nail Feliciano, I believe is how you pronounce that. And he looks at the first one. And Feliciano will be playing catcher today when West Volusia is out in the field. He looks at he whiffs at the second one, while Calibro still second, and he's in there standing up. Another shout out, Dawson, number 18 from West Volusia. This mom, I am so proud of you. You are doing an amazing job. Indeed, he is. And Feliciano whiffs at another one. He's down 1-2. Remember, it's 3 strikes or 5 pitches. So he could look at another one if he chooses to. Coach is ready, and he fires. And strike 3. That's going to be the end of the inning for West Volusia. And we'll have Brooksville. So let's hear a word from some of our sponsors.
David Jackson Summers is a candidate for Liberty County Judge. David is committed to the qualities we need in an office holder. He is dedicated, respectful, and will pursue progress. For the first time in 22 years, the people of Liberty County have a choice in who our county judge will be. Take the opportunity to vote David Jackson Summers for your county judge. Political advertisement approved and paid for by David Jackson Summers for county judge. When those taste buds are demanding delicious, make it the Cookhouse Restaurant in Blountstown. From steaks to sandwiches, cooks will have those buds saying, oh yeah. There's prime rib, crab legs, a variety of seafood and steaks, soup and salad bar, a complete dessert menu and ice cream bar, and more. The Cookhouse Restaurant is open 10 to 8 Monday through Thursday, till 9 on Friday and Saturday, and open at 7 a.m. Saturday for breakfast. The Cookhouse Restaurant is located on Main Street North. Player team and umpire specials available.
And we're back here at Veterans Park here in Bristol, Florida. Another shout out is ready for a comeback. Let's go, West Volusia, Brittany, Kepler. And we're still got Brooksville leading 7-0. We're here in the top of the second inning. And we'll have Brooksville turn a hit again. And they should have Aiden Barnes, if the scorecard they gave me is correct. And looks like that they're trying to make sure the machine's right. And that is indeed Barnes up there, number 23. Looks like he's playing shortstop today. Coaches for West Volusia, I already went over the coaches for Brooksville. Coaches for West Volusia are Eduardo Fabian, Coach Xavier, Coach Brandon, and Coach Burke. And third base coach, I'm not sure which one that is, but he's a very animated guy. Likes and has great passion for the game, and you can just see how much he really cares about his players and the way they play the game. Always good to see. And the Brooksville coach is still trying to get this machine right. He pulled the umpire there to him, and he said, all right, well, let's go. So Aiden Barnes will step in there, and he'll look at the first one. He can do that. He gets his 5 pitches or 3 strikes, whichever one comes first. And they fire another one, and he hit it right back toward the pitcher, and it hit the machine, and that should be a dead ball. And that's what they call dead ball. So he should be on first, and that's where they'll tell him to go. So Brooksville will have a runner on first with no outs, leading 7-0 here in the top of the second inning. So good start for them. They're getting production from the bottom of the lineup here. And that'll bring up Barnes is going to go to second base. And it was an overthrow. So he's going to go to third. The center fielder's got the ball. He throws it. Barnes is on his way home and throws not even close. And Barnes scores easily, which was an attempt to steal second. And that's what happens when you throw the ball in the outfield. Good things don't happen. So now we got Brooksville leading West Volusia 8-0 in the top of the second inning. Brooksville coach, you can hear him giving, that is Kent Bennett now at plate. He's giving him some instruction as Bennett just looks at that one. You can hear the crowd noises on our outside mic. So if you hear any foul language, it's not our fault. And Kent Bennett will strike out on that one as West Volusia has one out in the top of the second inning. Brooksville leading 8-0 here. That'll bring up Troy Hield. Troy Hield, he'll be the 12th batter for Brooksville, and he whiffs at the first one. There's nobody on base for Brooksville. Troy Hield is your batter, and he hits it to third base. Third baseman gets it. He fires the first, and it's safe. The first baseman had dropped the ball, so Brooksville have a runner on first with the top of the lineup coming back up. That's Trevor Scrivens, number 3. He's your center fielder, batting off the left-hand side of the batter's box. And he just looks at the first one. And Scrivens is getting a sign from the third base coach. And he steps back into the box. And he looks at another one as Hield takes off towards second. And there will be no throw as he trying to bait the catcher into it. But catcher didn't take the bait. That is Joshnell Feliciano behind the plate for West Volusia. There's now a runner on second for Brooksville, and Scrivens hits one over the shortstop's head as Hield rounds third. He was headed home, but he retreated, and that got Scrivens over to second. Well, Brooksville have runners on second and third now, leading 8-0. One out. And you could probably hear that on your outside mic. It doesn't sound good, but hopefully it'll stay away. And that'll bring up Dallas Dunn as Hield Grant's home, and they overthrow, and Scrivens got home also. So now we have 10-0 Brooksville, and that'll clear the bases. And Dallas Dunn is up to bat for Brooksville. And he hits it to first base. First baseman will easily field that one, and he'll just touch the bag. So we got 2 outs now for West Volusia. And they got Lucas Chafin, second baseman, hitting in the 3-hole spot. He just looks at the first one. And he's ready. And he hits it between the first and the second baseman. And this is going to go between the right fielder and the right center fielder, and it's going to go all the way to the fence. Chafin's rounding second. He's rounding third. And it's going to be an inside the park home run for Lucas Chafin. And we'll have to call that a solo because there wasn't nobody on base. And that'll take us now to 11-0 Brooksville. We're only in the top of the second inning here, and Brooksville with a commanding 11-0 lead here. Again, that shout-out number, 850-643-6237. Send your shout-outs in, 850-643-6237. We'll try to get them in during the broadcast. And that was Hayden Bowes, the first baseman. Hayden Bowes hit it up the middle and was able to get on first. Hayden Bowes is on first base for Brooksville. And the West Volusia coach has come out to the middle of the circle, and he wants to have a conference. His team has not looked sharp here in the early going. So he'll have a chat with them, and we'll talk to you about coming this summer on jockjive.com. Dixie Youth Baseball, Dixie Baseball, Cal Ripken World Series, Georgia Parks and Recreational Championships, SWAC Media Day, and a whole lot more. Yes, there are plenty of reasons to come back often to jockjive.com. All right, the West Volusia coach has talked to his team, told them what they needed to get right, and so we'll see if they choose to do so. Now to bring up Nahum Stevens for Brooksville with Hayden Bowes, and Hayden Bowes takes off towards second, and I guess one of those pieces of advice was we're just going to throw it back to the pitcher because there was no throw to second on that attempted steal. They just kind of let him take it. So now Hayden Bowes is standing on second with Steven. And that was a line drive by Stevens between third and shortstop, and he'll be standing on third easily. And Stevens rounds first, goes to second. They throw to second, and that was Bowes that went home. And now Stevens will go to third. So we'll have a runner on third while Bowes scored easily. And please, please do not call. I cannot answer your call. I would love to, but I cannot. Please text, and we'll get it on the air. Text the shout-out number, and we'll get it on the air. Please do not call. And now to bring up Tanner Bishop. Tanner Bishop after Bowes scored, and we got Nahum Stevens on third with 2 outs. 2 outs for West Volusia. And Bishop's ready. He waiting on the coach to fire that ball in there. Foul ball went off the catcher's helmet. He tries to gather himself. Veteran umpire Joe Farrelito asking if he's all right. Tells him, I'm tough. I can go. Brooksville coach telling the Bishop where he wants him to stand. And he fires it in there. And he hits it right back to the pitcher. Pitcher's going to throw to first. And he's going to be safe after the first baseman dropped the ball. So that's going – Stevens scored from third. So that's going to make it 13-0. Brooksville over West Volusia. While Bishop is standing on first base. And that's going to bring up Grant Jordan for Brooksville. And Brooksville coaches are talking amongst themselves. But we got Grant Jordan standing in the box with Bishop on first. And he gets the pitch, and Bishop's going to take off. And you can see that they're not even going to attempt to throw those runners that are taking the bases now. They're just going to let them have it. So now you got Bishop on second base, Jordan at the plate. And Jordan whiffs at that one. So he has what would be a 1-1 count, but you can't really walk. You get 5 pitches or 3 strikes. And coach fires that ball in the machine, and Jordan whiffs at it again. So he's got 2 strikes on him. And again, West Volusia does have 2 outs in the inning, so they're looking for any way to get out of it. Brooksville coach is ready. He spins it in there, and Jordan just looks at it. So this will be his last pitch unless he fouls it off. He can foul off as many as he wants to, but he has to make some kind of contact with this pitch. This is pitch number 5. Coach is ready. He fires it in there. And Jordan hits it over to the right field. They field it, and runner on second is going to round third. That was Tanner Bishop, and Bishop's going to score for run number 14. And that's going to do it for Brooksville in this inning, because you can only score 7 runs per inning. And they have done just that. They have played 7 in the first and 7 in the second. And they lead now 14-0 in the middle of the second. So let's go hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Every league in Dixie Youth Baseball sets their sights each year on the Dixie Youth Baseball World Series. In August, champions in the Majors Division, the AAA Division, or the O-Zone Division from each state compete for the #1 position in Dixie Youth Baseball. Why not combine your vacation with a week of championship youth baseball at the Dixie Youth World Series? Did you know a child may start in the Dixie program at or below age 6 and continue through age 19? Yes, there's an opportunity for youth 6 through 19 to enjoy baseball in Dixie. Dixie Youth, Dixie Boys, Dixie Majors. If your league is not a part of these baseball programs, contact a Dixie official for information and bring your child up in Dixie. What makes Dixie Youth Baseball different? Well, one good rule is required participation. During the local season, every player on every team is required to play in every game, and all tournament players are required to bat at least once in every game. It's not a perfect rule, but it's much more than most youth baseball organizations do, and it allows each baseball player to be an active participant. Just being a part of each win or loss means so much to the child. They just want to belong, and Dixie Youth Baseball sees to it that they do by making this a regular rule. We think this is a step in the right direction, the child's direction.
Welcome back to Veterans Park here in Bristol, Florida. Got a quick shout out I want to get in. Let's go West Volusia. Get those bats working from the AAA West Volusia All-Stars to the 9 and 10-year-olds rooting for these 7 and 8-year-olds from West Volusia. want y'all to get it going. And to get it going, we'll start off with, I believe that's going to be Joshua Johnson Aguilar, as he's going to start it off for him here in the second inning. And he's playing outfield for him as he whiffs at it. As we have Brooksville leading 14-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. And he whiffs at another one. He's got 2 strikes on him. If you're unfamiliar with the Dixie Youth pitching machine, AA rules, it's 5 pitches or 3 strikes. The Mercy rules is it'll be 15 runs after 3 or 10 after 4. And the coaches are once again doesn't like where the machine is throwing the ball, which if your hitters are not able to hit it, then that's pretty much normal. You're going to complain where it's throwing. And usually when the umpire comes out there, then he'll throw a strike. As I had an 8-year-old play this year, and I witnessed this quite often. And the umpire walked over there, and he's like, looks good to me, so we're going to leave it there. And Johnson Aguilar, he stood there and watched that one. He can do that. He gets his 5 pitches. Coach is giving some instruction, telling Johnson Aguilar what he wants him to do. And he swings, and he misses at that one for strike 3. So we'll have 1 out in the bottom half of the second inning here, as Johnson Aguilar whiffed at 3 pitches there. That'll bring up Leonardo DaCosta for West Volusia. He's been playing pitcher for West Volusia today. He just looks at that one. Probably what the coach advised him to do. And the coach is ready, and he spins it in there, and DaCosta swing and a big miss. Well, he wanted to put that one in the trees out there. Costa gets his feet set. Coach says, put that bat up higher. DaCosta's ready. And he gets a piece of it, but it's going to go foul down the first base line. That's number 7 over there for Brooksville. That's Hayden Bowes over there. That'll go track that ball down. Fire it back to the pitcher. Give it to the West Volusia coach. And he'll fire it into DaCosta, and DaCosta, another swing and a big miss. So that's 2 down on consecutive strikeouts. They got the pitching machine looking pretty good for Brooksville. That'll bring up Caden Gadouis, I believe is how you pronounce that name. And he'll be hitting from the left-hand side of the box. Caden's getting some instruction, and he just takes it after it crosses the plate. Then he swings. Maybe it was a practice swing, but he can do that. I believe they're going to call that a take. And that was a big hack from Caden Gadouis right there. He was definitely trying to break a windshield out there. And so it'll be a 1-1 count for Caden Gadouis with 2 outs here in the bottom half. He gets a piece of that one. It goes over shortstop's head. Center fielder will grab it. He'll throw it back into second base. And West Volusia got something doing here in the bottom of the second inning. They got a runner on first. That was Caden Gadewis. And that'll bring up Kevin Antoon, I believe. Looks like he's wanting a bunt. And he's going to pull it back. Just as it gets there, he said, I didn't like it. And we'll see what he wants to do with this one, as Gadewis is still standing on first base over there. And Antoon's going to offer at it, and it's going to go straight back on one of these tents. None of the parents or spectators really have a chance of getting hit because they're covered up by these tents. So they're protecting everybody. So we got Kevin Antoon now up there with 2 outs. Gadewis over on first base. And Brooksville's leading 14-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. And coach is ready, and he fires that thing in. Antoon hits it to the second baseman. Second base is going to fire to the shortstop over at second, and they'll easily make the play for the 3rd out of the inning. And we'll go back to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Dixie Youth Baseball fans, did you know that in this season there were $72,000 scholarships awarded to deserving high school seniors throughout the 11 states in which Dixie Youth Baseball is played? Dixie Youth Baseball has now given over $1,240,000 to former Dixie Youth players and scholarships. Any high school senior who has played Dixie Youth Baseball is eligible to apply for a scholarship. The Dixie Youth Scholarship Program, just one of the good things that are a part of this program. Sportsmanship is one of the goals of Dixie Youth Baseball. At times, we see good sportsmanship displayed by everyone except for some adults. We feel that as adults, regardless of whether or not they're active in the program, they're supposed to set a good example. Everyone can do this as they sit in the stands cheering for their favorite team. Be a good example of sportsmanship. Yell for, not against a team. In this way, you can set a good example of sportsmanship. Fans are as much a part of the game as the umpires, so be a good fan by cheering for your team and not against the other.
Good afternoon, and we're back here at Veterans Park here in Bristol, Florida for the AA Pitch Machine State Tournament. Just go over a few scores over in the B Division. East Lakeland beat Graceville 9-0. In the traditional, Okeechobee over Spring Hill 7-6. Traditional division, Bartow over Brooksville 4-3 in extra innings. In the B Division, Shalimar over Graceville 10-1. B Division, Bluntstown over Sneaks 12-0. In the traditional division, Marianna over West Volusia 11-2. And had one shout out, wanted to get in here real quick. Great hit, Caden. Mom knew you had it, and I'm sure she never had a doubt. All right, I think we're about ready to get started again. As that is Arflack, Drew Arflack, that is stepping into the batter's box for Brooksville. We're in the top of the 3rd inning here. Remember, the mercy rule is that 15 runs after 3 innings, but the catch here is everyone has to bat for both teams. So West Volusia still has 5 guys that has to hit. So that is the catch there. And that is Arflack hits one out to left field between the 3rd and shortstop, and he'll be easily aboard on first base. And that'll bring up Carson and Sale for Brooksville. I want to quickly mention our umpires. This is their 4th game in a row in this brutal heat. So if you're out, and that is, Ansale hit that one under the shortstop's glove, got past the outfielder, and R-Flat rounded second. Now he's rounding third. Oh, he quickly retreats to third, and that was Ansale that got all the way to second. So Brooksville has got something doing again. They got runners at second and third. But if you see these umpires, they have battled this heat for the 4th straight game now. So if you're out here at the park, just keep in mind of that as you're out there yelling at them and telling them how much you didn't like that call they just made. Especially Mr. Joe Farrellito that's behind the plate. He's been doing this 50 years, you know. And that was number 23 that hit that one out. It went under the glove and made its way to the outfield. That was Aiden Barnes for Brooksville as it scored Drew Arflack. And that takes your tally to 15-0 now for Brooksville, as Barnes will be safely on first and Carson and Sale standing on third. So they got runners at the corners. And the coach is ready for Brooksville. And he fires it in there, and Bennett whiffs at it. And 23 is Aiden Barnes, and he'll just jog over to second as West Volusia has decided that they're not going to throw down to second anymore, as they were just throwing it into the center field every time. And that was Kent Bennett. He whiffs at a second one. So he's got 2 strikes on him. And we do not have an out yet. West Volusia is in the field. Brooksville hitting. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. The coach is ready, and as they advised young Kent Bennett there just to watch that pitch. Like I say, he can do that. Get 5 pitches or 3 strikes, whichever one comes first. The coach is ready, and he fires it, and Kent Bennett's going to whiff at that one, so that'll give us our first out of the 3rd inning here. The 1 out, top of the 3rd inning. Brooksville has runners on second and third base. Now I bring up Troy Hield as he hit one to left field last time at bat, and he fouls it off straight back, hits the catcher in the face mask, and that's the second time that's happened. That is Joshnell Feliciano doing the catching, and had to shake the cobwebs out there. If you are keeping track of the game cast on your phone, I appreciate you bearing with me, because we all learned something new here. As Troy Hield, as he whiffs it, the 3rd pitch there, and he'll trot back to the dugout. And that's 2 outs, 2 quick outs for Brooksville after getting runners on second and third. And that'll bring up Trevor Scrivens hitting out of the left-hand side of the batter's box. He looks for the sign, and he hits that one back to the second baseman. Second baseman couldn't quite get there, so he'll go out to the right field, and that's going to score 2 runs pretty easy, and Scrivens will be standing up on second base. So that'll take your total now to 17-0. Brooksville over West Volusia. You still hear that thunder out there. We're hoping it stays away as Dallas Dunn steps in there. And that was Scrivens stealing third on the pitch. And Dunn hits it to the second baseman. Second baseman has a hard time with it. He can't handle it. And Dunn will easily be on first base as the second baseman just throws it back to the pitcher. And Dunn will be standing on first. And Scrivens walks in and scores on that one after the second baseman had a hard time with it. And so we'll have a runner on first. Now to bring up Lucas Chafin as Dunn's easily still second, and Chafin's the one that had that inside the Parker his last time at bat. And he puts a charge in it, and they're not going to get there. Falls in between second base and right field as Dunn rounds third, and he'll score. So that'll take it to 19 for Brooksville. That'll bring up Hayden Bowes, your cleanup hitter for Brooksville. Again, that was just a fly ball that nobody got to. And pass ball that got past the catcher, and maybe Brooksville has finally called the dogs off, and they have decided to play station to station as they did not attempt to steal there. As Bo's attempt shows bunt, and he pulls it back. So Bo's looking down at third base coach, saying, "What you want me to do?" Bo steps back in the box, and he appears to be ready. He looks at it. He swings, and a big miss. Again, we have Lucas Chafin over there on first. And then we have Hayden Bowes in the bat, and Bowes sky high, pitcher's under it, and he's not able to catch it. That was just a sky high infield fly. And the pitcher wasn't able to come down with it. So that's going to put runners on first and second for Brooksville. And that'll bring up Nahum Stevens for Brooksville. He'll step in there. Again, runners on first and second. Stevens hits it to the shortstop just over his head. It'll roll out to left field, and left fielder throws it, and the catcher's unable to handle it. So Chafin will score from second. And that'll take Brooksville's total to 20. 20-0 Brooksville over West Volusia. And that is Tanner Bishop now in for Brooksville. Stevens getting some advice from third base coach. That's Michael Heald over on third base. And another one right up the middle. Center fielder gets it. He throws it home, and they elect to keep the runner on third base. So the bases will be loaded with 2 outs here. There's 2 outs in the top of the third inning. As Coach Heald over there on third base telling his runners what he wants them to do. 2 outs, so yeah, they're running on anything, I would think. But you know, with such a big lead, you know, they could coach them to do different here. But that'll bring up, I believe that's Grant Jordan that is at the plate. And he hits it over the second baseman's head, falls right in front of the right fielder. It brings 1 in, it brings 2 in, and I think the umpire told them that they've already got their limit. So I don't know if they were on 20. So I don't know if that second one is going to count because they already got the limit. Now the official scorekeeper is down on the field, so our scorekeeping is unofficial. But we'll stay right here, and we will getting some of these reads in. Don't forget to subscribe to the Jock Jive YouTube channel. We stream all Dixie Youth Baseball, most youth sports, and high school football in the fall to our YouTube channel. And you'll want to know first what games are coming your way. Coming this fall to jockjive.com, SWAC football, soccer and volleyball, Tuskegee football, ACCC game of the week, Great American Rivalries, HBCU football, Navarre and Baker High School football, Georgia Military College football, Gulf Southern Conference soccer, and more. Check us out often. We are Jock Jive Sports. Just want to remind everyone the shout-out number is 850-643-6237. That's 850-643-6237. Please text us your shout-out. Again, do not call. We cannot answer the phone while we're broadcasting. We've got the headsets on, so please text us your shout-outs. The other number of the play-by-play guy, he is gone, so don't bother texting him because he can't give you a shout-out anymore. That's 850-643-6237 to get your shout-out on the air. And we have Brooksville, and I'm scoring it 21-0. Now, 2 runs did come in, but you're only allowed 7 runs per inning. So that's why I'm not going to score the second one. Now, if I'm wrong, it won't be the last time, I assure you. But that's why I'm the unofficial scorekeeper. But and remember that all of West Volusia's players have to hit. All their players have to hit. So, for West Volusia, we should have Aiden Cologne. Yes, that is. That's number 7, Aiden Cologne. He is hitting now. So before this game can be completed, all their players must bat, or they will have to, for this game to be complete, or these directors would have a problem with it. And Aiden Cologne whiffs at another one. He's going to have 2 strikes on him. And again, Brooksville leading 21-0 here in the bottom of the third. And Aiden Cologne stands back in there as Brooksville has just really got the hot bats this game. Aiden Cologne hits a fly ball to the third baseman, and the third baseman camps right under it and falls into his glove. And that should bring up Julia Hyatt. Julia Hyatt for I would love someone from West Volusia to text me and let me know, is that indeed a girl playing baseball? Because that is very impressive. Not only a girl playing baseball, but she made the All-Star team. That's even more impressive. A couple of shout-outs here. Caden Godot's grandma knows you boys can do this. Not too late. Go West Volusia. So she thinks y'all still got this. Great game, Brooksville, from the 423 area code. And Julia Hyatt hits a slow roller to the pitcher, and that's Drew Arflack. He throws Hyatt out. I don't know whether to say him or her. We just got confirmation. Yes, it's a girl playing baseball. Very impressive. Very impressive indeed. But Hyatt grounded out to the pitcher for the second out of the inning. And yes, Hayden Bowes was playing first base. I was talking about Arflack that fielded the ball at pitcher. But I assure you that I get corrected a lot. And up to bat now is Drez Burke. This is Drez Burke. So after, I think what they're going to do here is they got one more hitter. Burke was the third out. But they got one more hitter after Burke, which is Eduardo Fabian Jr. And they may just let Fabian hit. And then they just say after Fabian hits, then game over. And I think that's what the coaches and umpires have talked about. Instead of playing a whole nother inning, they're just saying, let's let Fabian hit, and then it'll be game over. Instead of playing, go into the fourth inning, and then having to play a whole nother inning because the coaches for West Volusia have seen that every inning Brooksville scores 7 runs. So, now, folks, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I'm pretty sure that after Fabian hits, you'll see them line up on first and third, and it'll be ball game. Fabian whiffs. That's strike 2 because he fouled the first one off. And the coaches are ready, and Fabian is ready, and he swings at a high one. So Fabian will strike out, and that's your rare 4 outs in an inning right there. And that's what they do, is they will call it ball game, and Brooksville will win this one 21-0. That's by my count. Unofficially, 21-0. Another quick shout out. Keep up the good work, Aiden Barnes from Brooksville. Brooksville has the best coach in Dr. Gabriel Bowes. I did not know he was a doctor, but now we do. some good inside information there for the rest of the tournament. Well, that will conclude our coverage of Brooksville and West Volusia here from the state tournament, AA division, as they're shaking hands. Good sportsmanship all around. And up next, we will have, we will have the 5 o'clock game. I believe it will be Okeechobee and Mariana, if I'm looking at this correctly. Yes, Okeechobee and Mariana will play on this field next. So join us then. Until then, I'm John Brock with Jock Jive Sports. Thank you for joining us.
Did you know a child may start in the Dixie program at or below age 6 and continue through age 19? Yes, there's an opportunity for youth 6 through 19 to enjoy baseball in Dixie. Dixie Youth, Dixie Boys, Dixie Majors. If your league is not a part of these baseball programs, contact a Dixie official for information and bring your child up in Dixie.